What if I told you that everything in your life could begin to change not because of something big, but because of one small, loving habit you choose each day? You see, my dear, for years I searched for transformation in the dramatic, the breakthroughs, the miracles, the perfect timing. But it wasn't until I turned inward, quietly, that I began to understand. It's not what you do once in a while that changes your life. It's what you choose each morning and each night. Your first thoughts, your last thoughts, the way you greet yourself when you wake up, and how you soothe yourself before you drift into sleep. These are the rituals that shape your inner world. And your inner world is what creates everything else. I often say, you can't clean your whole life at once, but you can start with your corner. And for me, that corner was my morning. I chose to wake up kindly, to stop rushing, to stop criticizing myself before the day even began. I started by placing my hand on my heart, breathing in deeply, and saying, "Good morning, my love. You're safe, you're doing your best, and I'm so proud of you." That one practice rewired the way my mind spoke to me. It softened my inner world. It became the doorway to a different kind of life, a life where I no longer punished myself to improve, but nurtured myself into blossoming. There's something sacred about the early morning. The world is quiet, the mind is soft, the heart is listening. And it's in that space, before the to-do lists, before the expectations, that we can choose who we want to be. Not perfectly, not forever, but just for today. And that is enough. You don't need a full life plan to feel peaceful. You just need one gentle thought, one loving practice, one small act of honoring yourself. And from that, your life begins to move differently. You begin to attract differently. You begin to speak to others with more grace because you've spoken to yourself with more grace. So I invite you, starting today, to begin and end your day with love. These 5 daily practices I'll share with you are not tasks. They're not obligations. They're invitations. They're ways of remembering who you are, the divine being underneath all the roles, all the noise, all the worries. And once you meet that part of you in the morning, the rest of the day cannot shake you. Once you return to yourself at night, the world loses its grip on your peace. So let's begin together. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale softness and exhale pressure. Inhale presence and exhale performance. You don't need to earn your right to rest. You don't need to prove anything today. Just begin here with your breath, with your heart, with this moment of willingness. Now, the very first practice I want to give you is one of the most life-changing energies you will ever carry: gratitude. And no, I don't mean forced positivity or pretending things are perfect when they're not. I mean the sacred act of noticing what's already here, the healing power of appreciation, the vibration of thank you. You see, my dear, when you begin your morning with gratitude, you are telling your entire being, I am open, I am safe, I am connected to life. That one signal softens the nervous system, clears the mental fog, and creates an energetic openness that invites in more goodness. Because what you appreciate appreciates. Let me say that again for your heart to absorb. What you appreciate appreciates. It grows, it flows, it multiplies, it returns to you. Not because you begged for it, but because you blessed it. Gratitude is not a result of joy, it is the cause of joy. And it is always available. No matter how your life looks, even in lack, you can find something to thank. Even in pain, you can say, "Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the strength I didn't know I had." This is not bypassing. This is power. I remember a time when I had very little. My bank account was low. My health was fragile. My heart was uncertain. And still every morning I would sit quietly and whisper, "Thank you." Sometimes it was for the smallest things, warm socks, a cup of tea, a quiet moment by the window. But every time I said it, something shifted in me, a softening, a remembering, and soon the outside world began to reflect that inner abundance. More opportunities came. My body began to heal. Support showed up unexpectedly, not because I pushed for it, but because I became a vibrational match for it. Gratitude is a frequency, and when you stay on it, wealth naturally flows to meet you. Let's practice together. Right now, take a deep breath and place your hand on your heart. Feel the rhythm of your life beating beneath your palm, and gently say, "Thank you. Thank you, body, for carrying me. Thank you, breath, for never giving up on me. Thank you, life, for this day." Feel how those words echo through your chest. Let them be more than sounds. Let them be medicine. Let them be truth. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time, and everything you need is already beginning to find you. Not because you hustled harder, but because you made space through your gratitude. Each morning, I encourage you to write or say 3 things you're grateful for, and let them be different each day. I'm grateful for the courage to begin again. I'm grateful for my body's resilience. I'm grateful for the people who love me. As you do, your brain begins to wire itself differently. Your subconscious mind starts to expect blessings, not fear them. Your energy becomes lighter, cleaner, more magnetic. And as you move through the day, carry this question in your heart. What else can I thank today? Watch how even your struggles become teachers. Watch how your money, no matter how small, feels more sacred. Watch how your relationships soften. This is not wishful thinking. This is energetic reprogramming. This is spiritual alignment. And in the evening, as you lay your head to rest, let your last words be a blessing. Thank you for today. Thank you for the grace that carried me. Thank you for the unseen help. Thank you for what I don't yet understand. This one practice alone, beginning and ending your day with gratitude, is enough to shift your entire emotional reality. Because you're no longer living from lack. You're living from love. And love is always enough. Even when things are unclear, even when life doesn't go as planned, gratitude keeps you rooted in trust. And trust is where healing begins. So if you forget everything else, Remember this: gratitude is the portal. Gratitude is the prayer. Gratitude is the miracle already in motion. When you can look around at your life and whisper thank you, not because it's perfect, but because you are willing to see the beauty that is, when life begins to rise up and meet you with more peace, more love, more support, more synchronicity, all because you chose to be a witness to the good already here. The second practice I do each morning, and I encourage you to begin gently, without pressure, is something I call mirror work. Now, my dear, this may sound simple, but it is one of the most powerful healing rituals you will ever give yourself. It's the act of looking directly into your own eyes in the mirror and choosing yes, choosing to speak love, not criticism, not judgment, not fear, but love. And I want to tell you this clearly. The way you look at yourself in the mirror sets the tone for how you walk through your day. If your first gaze is one of shame or disapproval, your entire energy contracts. But if your gaze is one of kindness, curiosity, compassion, your energy begins to expand, to radiate, to heal. I used to believe the mirror was only for brushing hair or putting on makeup until I realized it was the gateway to my soul. And the soul responds not to harshness, but to grace. At first, this practice may feel strange. You might look into your eyes and feel nothing. Or worse, you might feel pain. Tears might rise. Resistance might speak. And if that happens, don't run. That's not failure, that is healing. You are meeting the parts of you that have longed to be seen. The parts you've hidden behind perfection, performance, or busyness. And now, for the first time, you are pausing to say, I see you, and I love you anyway. That, my love, is a miracle. That is reparenting. That is soul repair. So I want you to begin simply. In the morning, after you rise, go to the mirror. Don't rush. Don't judge how you look. Just meet your eyes. Place your hand on your heart. Take a slow breath and whisper softly, Good morning, sweetheart. I love you. I really, really love you. Let the words feel awkward at first. That's okay. You're not reciting, you're reconnecting. If your voice shakes, let it. If you look away, try again tomorrow. This is not a performance. This is presence. When I first began mirror work, I could barely hold eye contact. I would glance, say something quickly, and turn away. But little by little, I stayed longer. I started to see the little girl in me, the one who had always tried so hard, the one who needed approval, the one who felt never enough. And I began to realize she didn't need to be fixed. She needed to be loved. Mirror work isn't about changing how you look. It's about changing how you see. You see yourself through the lens of love instead of shame. And that one shift begins to restore everything. Every emotion you feel during mirror work is welcome. If you feel joy, let it rise. If you feel grief, let it move. If you feel numb, just breathe. You are teaching your inner self that it is safe to be seen, safe to be loved, safe to be honored, not for what you accomplish, but simply because you exist. And as you practice this daily, your subconscious begins to absorb the new truth. I am lovable. I am worthy. I am enough. And do you know what happens when your inner world believes those things? Your outer world begins to reflect them. People respond to you differently. Opportunities appear. The body softens. The mind slows down. Healing begins not because something changed out there, but because something softened in here. One of the most powerful phrases I speak in the mirror is this: I forgive you. Sometimes, before I can fully love myself, I need to forgive myself for the mistakes I've made, for the times I abandoned myself, for the moments I settled, for the ways I judged my body, my past, my journey. I look into my own eyes and I say, I forgive you for all of it. You did the best you could with what you knew, and I choose to begin again. Forgiveness is freedom, and the mirror becomes your altar, a place where you let go of blame and receive grace, a place where you release old stories and choose new affirmations. Let's try it together. If you have a mirror near you, go to it. If not, close your eyes and visualize one. Picture your own face, your own eyes. Breathe with me. Inhale and exhale. Now say gently, I love you. I really, really love you. Pause. Feel that. Now say, I forgive you. I see your heart, and I choose to be kind. Again, I forgive you. I see your heart, and I choose to be kind. If this makes you emotional, that is holy. That is healing. You are returning to yourself. Over time, your mirror becomes your sanctuary. It becomes the place where you don't pretend but become whole. You speak blessings into your reflection. You affirm your own worth. You let your inner child hear the words she never heard growing up. You don't wait for others to approve of you. You give that gift to yourself. And slowly, the parts of you that felt unloved begin to open like flowers in the morning sun. You become softer, lighter, more free. Mirror work is not an act of ego. It is an act of spiritual maturity. It is saying, I take responsibility for how I treat myself, and I choose to treat myself with love. Here's one of my favorite morning mirror rituals. After brushing my teeth, I look into my eyes and say 10 affirmations out loud. They change day by day, depending on what I need. But here are a few I come back to often. I am safe. I am lovable. I am allowed to rest. I deserve joy. I trust the process of life. I am healing more each day. I am whole. I choose peace today. I am proud of how far I've come. I release the need to be perfect. I say each slowly, letting the words land in my body. And sometimes I smile and wink at myself, just to remind the little girl inside that she is not alone anymore. She has me now, and I will never abandon her. If you feel resistance to mirror work, let me lovingly remind you that's the exact reason to begin. Resistance is the voice of fear, and fear is the final layer before transformation. Your mind may say, this is silly, this won't work, but I promise you, The healing doesn't come from believing in the beginning. It comes from consistency, from doing it anyway, from showing up each day with an open heart and a soft breath, from watching your inner dialogue shift from what's wrong with me to what's right with me. And that shift is everything. That is where life begins to feel safe again. That is where you begin to feel like home. So tomorrow morning, or maybe tonight before bed, I invite you to light a candle, stand in front of your mirror, place your hands on your heart, look into your own beautiful eyes, and say, I love you, I approve of you, I forgive you, I believe in you, I am listening now. Say it again. Say it gently. Say it often. Say it until your nervous system calms. Say it until the tears dry. Say it until your body believes you, because one day it will. And when that happens, my love, your entire life will shift. Not because someone came to save you, but because you became the one who finally stayed, the one who didn't look away, the one who chose to love the reflection even when it trembled. That is self-love, and it is the most powerful gift you will ever give to yourself. Now let's talk about something so simple, yet so powerful, that it can quietly guide the energy of your entire day, your morning affirmation. This is not just a pretty phrase you repeat. It is your compass, your gentle declaration to your subconscious mind. It is the loving seed you choose to plant at dawn, even if you won't see the bloom until dusk. Each morning, I ask myself, what is the emotional frequency I want to carry today? And then I choose a sentence, one sentence, to match that frequency. Not based on how I feel, but based on how I want. Sometimes it's as simple as, today I choose peace. Other times it's, love flows to me and from me. Or, I am enough, exactly as I am. You see, we don't wait for peace to knock on our door. We speak peace into the atmosphere. We speak love into our body. We speak hope into our cells. Because the words we say, especially in those early morning moments, are like gentle builders laying the first bricks of the day's foundation. And whether we realize it or not, the subconscious mind is always listening, always obeying, always shaping our inner weather based on the forecast we give it. And here's the beautiful part. Your affirmation doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be poetic or long. It just has to feel loving, real, present. Even if your mind doesn't believe it yet, your soul does. Even if your thoughts say, that's not true, your heart knows. You are speaking your future into form. Because that's how healing begins, not by waiting for the world to validate you, but by learning to validate yourself. So I want you to try something with me right now. Take a breath in and place your hand gently over your heart. Whisper to yourself, I love and approve of you. You are doing the best you can, and that is enough. Feel that. Feel how your body leans toward those words. Because deep down, that's what it's been waiting for. Not more doing, not more striving, but a soft moment of truth. This is why I call it planting the seed of the day. Because you don't always see the immediate result. It may not bloom in the next hour, but your intention has already sent a vibration into motion. And the universe, my dear, always responds to intention. Not fear, not panic, not rush, but clear, grounded, loving intention. So when you declare, I am safe, I am supported, life loves me, you are not begging, you are aligning. You are not forcing, you are trusting. You are not reacting, you are creating. And this is the great shift from fear-based mornings to love-based beginnings. You move from scrambling to centering, from stress to sacred stillness. Some days, your mind will resist. It will say, what's the point of this? It will try to drag you into yesterday's disappointments. But that's when you say, not today. Today, I choose again. Today, I speak life. You see, affirmations are not magic words. They are healing reminders, spiritual anchors, emotional vitamins. The more you use them, the more your inner landscape begins to change. And over time, the noise gets quieter, the fear gets softer, the love gets louder, and your life, without needing to force anything, begins to move in a new direction, the direction of your spoken truth. Let me tell you something that took me many years to understand. Your life does not change by accident. It changes by attention. And when you start your day with one clear affirmation, you are placing your attention on what you want more of. You are feeding the garden you want to grow, not the weeds, not the fear, but the soft, sacred blooms of peace, joy, love, and confidence. So don't underestimate this small practice. Don't brush it off as too simple, because sometimes the most life-changing rituals are the quietest ones. You might not even notice the shift at first, but then one day you'll realize you didn't panic like you used to. You responded with grace. You paused before reacting. You spoke kindly to yourself. And you'll trace it back, not to some grand event, but to this, a tiny whispered affirmation that you chose to repeat over and over with love. So, my dear, what will your affirmation be tomorrow morning? Will it be, I am ready for good things? Or I choose to see the light in this day? Or maybe everything I need is already within me? Whatever you choose, make it yours. Say it slowly. Say it lovingly. Say it often. Let it be your sacred melody for the day. And if you forget, it's okay. Come back to it at noon, or before dinner, or right before bed. Let it wrap around your soul like a warm blanket, because affirmations are not about perfection. They are about presence. And every time you return to them, you return to yourself. Let me close this part with one of my favorites. Say it with me. I am willing to change. I am open to joy. I trust the process of life. Again, I am willing to change. I am open to joy. I trust the process of life. One more time, slower now. I am willing to change. I am open to joy. I trust the process of life. Feel it. Let it land. Let your breath meet the words. Let your body receive their softness. Because you are not just repeating sounds, you are rewiring your inner world. You are choosing consciously, lovingly, powerfully to wake up your light. And that, my love, is how you take back your mornings. Not with hustle, not with pressure, but with sacred, loving intention. With words that cradle your heart and gently remind you who you truly are. Let me share something else with you, my dear, something that may seem simple, but holds incredible power. It's something we often forget in our fast-moving, mind-driven world. Your body is not an afterthought. It is not something separate from your spirit. Your body is your partner, your home, your instrument of healing. So many of us try to heal with our minds alone, but the body needs to be included. Your feet need to feel the earth. Your hands need to feel your heartbeat. Your chest needs to rise and fall with breath. You don't have to go outside or walk a forest trail to ground yourself, although that's lovely if you can. But even now, right here, as you sit or lie wherever you are, you can gently touch your body and say, I'm here. That's it. I'm here right now. You can place a hand over your heart, another over your belly, and feel the quiet miracle of being alive. No fixing, no analyzing, just presence. Can we try it together? Put one hand on your heart and whisper with me, I'm here, I'm safe, I'm allowed to be present. Take a deep breath and exhale any rush, any fear, any thought that you need to be somewhere else. Because right here, in this breath, you have everything. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not late. You are alive. You are breathing, and you are loved. Now let me offer you something else. There's a reason why your body often reacts before your mind does. Have you ever noticed how, when anxiety shows up, your shoulders tense or your jaw clenches even before you know what's bothering you? That's because the body remembers, the body listens, and the body holds everything you haven't yet said. So grounding isn't just a spiritual practice, it's a physical embrace. It is the act of telling your nervous system, you are not alone, you are supported. The ground beneath your feet is holding you always. And even if you cannot physically go outside today, you can still touch your knees and whisper, I am rooted. You can still feel the weight of your body in your seat and affirm, I am supported. You can still notice your breathing and remind yourself, every breath is an anchor. You are not floating aimlessly. You are not lost in your thoughts. You are here, my love. And this moment, this breath, this heartbeat is holy. Let that sink in. Let the noise melt away. Let the ground beneath you speak a new message. You belong. When you reconnect with your body, fear loses its grip. When you feel the soles of your feet, anxiety softens. When you breathe into your belly and let your shoulders drop, stress dissolves, not because you fixed it, but because you remembered you're not in danger. You're not running anymore. You're not escaping. You're simply here. And here is enough. Say it softly with me. Being here is enough. Being me is enough. You don't have to be perfect to feel peace. You don't have to have all the answers to feel grounded. You don't even have to understand what's going on to choose presence. You only have to come home, not to a place, but to yourself, to your breath, to this gentle knowing that life is not punishing you. Life is inviting you to slow down, to soften, to listen. And here's something beautiful I've found. When you create even one sacred minute of grounding in your morning, the rest of the day unfolds with more grace. You can begin with a single breath, a hand on your chest, and a soft whisper, "I'm alive. I'm allowed to enjoy this day." You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it honestly. If you feel a little scattered, that's okay. Grounding doesn't erase your emotions. It welcomes them. It lets them land safely instead of spiraling in your mind. So try this. The moment you feel overwhelmed, pause, breathe, and touch your body, your heart, your belly, your arms, and say, "I am here. I am not the storm. I am the one who breathes through it." Now, my dear, let's talk about movement. Just as grounding roots you, gentle motion wakes you. The energy in your body, your blood, your breath, your vitality, it longs to move. Not to exhaust you, not to prove anything, but to remind you, you are alive. You are a vessel of light. And when you let yourself stretch, sway, dance, or even simply roll your shoulders, you begin to activate joy again. Motion doesn't have to be big or loud. Even a small stretch, a wiggle of the fingers, a roll of the neck, a soft lift of the arms can shift your mood because your body responds to kindness, and movement is kindness in motion. Try it with me. Gently lift your shoulders, then let them drop. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Now softly roll your head side to side without strain. And just for a moment, smile, even a tiny smile. Notice how your body responds. That little shift in posture, that is life coming back. That is joy waking up. That is your nervous system relaxing into trust again. And if music helps, play something soft and beautiful, something that reminds you of the sky, the sea, or something from your childhood that made you smile. Then just move. No choreography, no mirrors, no judgment. Let your body guide you. Let the movement be prayer. Let it be medicine. Because here's what I believe. Your body is like a sacred instrument, and when you treat it with love, when you tune it gently, when you play it with softness, it begins to vibrate with peace. Just like a harp or a cello or a crystal bowl, your body is capable of resonance. And when you move with intention, when you breathe with awareness, when you smile from your heart, you begin to vibrate at the frequency of healing. Say this with me, softly. I move with love. I flow with grace. I allow joy to ripple through my body. And as you say it, feel the truth of it, not in your head, but in your limbs, your chest, your breath. There's no such thing as too late to come back to yourself. No such thing as too damaged to feel alive again. Every cell in your body longs for harmony. Every muscle wants to be your ally, not your enemy. And when you offer it just a little love, just a little movement, it will respond. It will bloom. You are not stiff. You are not stuck. You are simply waiting for a little rhythm, a little compassion, a little melody of movement to bring you home. And you don't have to do this alone. Every time you move your body with kindness, you join millions of others who are choosing healing today, not through punishment, but through presence, not through force, but through flow. Let's finish with this sacred reminder. Your body is your friend. Your breath is your blessing. Your presence is your power. Say it with me. I am here. I am alive. I move with peace. Let that be your song today. Let that be your prayer. Let that be your beginning, because you are always allowed to begin again. Now let's talk about the evening, those sacred final moments before the world fades into stillness and your body prepares for rest. These nighttime hours are not just for sleep. They are for release, for healing, for reflection. They are a gift, my dear. A private space where you are allowed to sit gently with yourself and say, let me see who I've been today. Let me learn from her. Let me love her. Because the truth is, your heart doesn't just need sleep. It needs your company. It needs your attention. And that's why this simple practice of nightly self-reflection has changed my life. Every night, I turn down the noise. I dim the lights. I wrap myself in comfort, not just physically, but emotionally, and I sit with myself. No judgment, no fixing, just presence. Because your spirit doesn't need to be corrected at the end of the day. It needs to be held. Start by closing your eyes. Place your hand over your heart. Take a breath and ask the question gently. What did I learn today? Don't force the answer. Let it come to you. Maybe you learned something about patience. Maybe you learned something about your resilience. Maybe you remembered that tears are a form of strength, or that joy can exist even in an ordinary moment. Whatever it is, let that lesson rise without pressure. You see, most of us move through life without honoring the wisdom we're gaining along the way. We wait for the big lessons, the breakthroughs. But real transformation happens in these tiny, quiet moments when we pause and witness ourselves. Then ask, just as softly, what can I release tonight? That's an important question, my dear, because you don't need to take everything to bed with you. You don't need to fall asleep carrying all the disappointments, regrets, or mistakes of the day. Let your nighttime be a spiritual rinse, a soft letting go of what is no longer needed. Maybe you're holding on to something someone said. Maybe you've been harsh with yourself for not doing enough. Or maybe you've been carrying invisible pressure to hold everything together. Whatever it is, this is your moment to release it. You can say out loud, I choose to let this go now. Feel your body respond. The tension begins to melt. The mind no longer needs to grip. You are safe to relax. You see, healing doesn't always look like fixing. Sometimes healing is simply allowing yourself to be honest, to feel what you're feeling without shame or explanation. And the beautiful thing is, the more you do this nightly practice, the more emotionally free you become. The clutter of the day doesn't follow you into tomorrow. The fear doesn't build. The self-criticism doesn't grow roots, because each night you are pulling the weeds of self-rejection and watering the soil of your self-love. You are tending to your soul in the most tender way, not with demands, but with quiet permission to feel. You can even make this a little ritual if you'd like. Light a candle, put on soft music, write down a few thoughts in a journal, or simply whisper into the dark, Thank you, life, for the chance to grow today. I did my best, and that is enough. Let those words soothe the parts of you that still feel tense, because no matter what happened today, you are still worthy of peace. You are still held in the arms of divine love. You are still allowed to rest. Sometimes I like to imagine I am sitting with my younger self during this reflection. I hold her hand. I look into her eyes. I say, "You were so brave today, even if no one noticed." I did. I'm proud of how far you've come. Try that with yourself tonight. Look inward and speak kindly to the one who is still healing. That child within you doesn't need perfection. She needs your voice, your warmth, your reassurance that she is not alone. And you, dear one, are the only person who can truly give her that. Remember, your mind is like a sponge. If you go to bed soaked in stress or anger, that's what your subconscious will absorb. But if you go to bed having released, having reflected, having offered yourself compassion, then you wake up lighter. You wake up more whole. You wake up with a cleaner emotional palette, ready to paint a new picture. And isn't that a miracle? That every day you get to renew, you get to reset, but it starts the night before, with just a little bit of love, with just a few quiet questions, with a willingness to be gentle with yourself. So tonight, I invite you to do what so few people are taught to do. Sit with yourself in softness, not as a critic, but as a friend. Ask what you've learned. Ask what you're ready to release. And trust that life is listening. Your soul is listening. And everything that needs healing will begin to heal, not because you forced it, but because you welcomed it. Place your hand on your heart now. Let your shoulders relax and say softly, "I am safe to reflect. I am willing to learn. I release today with love. Tomorrow will greet me with fresh grace." And it will, because that's how healing works, one small moment of love at a time, one honest reflection at the end of the day, one whispered affirmation that says, "I am still here. I am still growing. I am still worthy of rest." Now, my dear, let's take a moment together, not to fix anything, not to figure anything out, but simply to release, to breathe out what doesn't belong in your body anymore, to forgive what has been heavy on your heart, to loosen the grip you've unknowingly carried all day long. You don't need to bring every struggle into your sleep. You don't have to take every disappointment into your dreams. In fact, one of the kindest things you can do for yourself tonight is to let go. You can begin right now by placing your hand over your heart and whispering, "I forgive myself." Say it again slowly, like a lullaby for your soul. "I forgive myself. I forgive myself." Maybe that feels easy for you, or maybe it stirs something deep. Either way, let it come. Let it move through you like a wave. Because forgiveness is not about pretending you weren't hurt. It's not about erasing the fact. It's about freeing your energy, reclaiming your peace, taking back the breath that was once lost to shame or guilt or tension. And oh, how much lighter you become when you do. Let's say another gentle phrase together. "I let go of what no longer belongs to me." Say it with love, not with force. with kindness, not blame. I let go of what no longer belongs to me. One more time, softly, I let go. And now I invite you to imagine something with me, a soft, healing picture. Close your eyes if you like. Imagine that inside your body there are little pockets of tension, some behind your shoulders, some in your chest, some around your heart, some perhaps hidden in your stomach, your jaw, your back. These places have been holding on to stories, maybe unspoken fears, maybe regrets, maybe old arguments that keep repeating in your head. Now imagine each one of these tension points as little clouds of smoky gray energy, not wrong, not bad, just tired. And now, with each exhale, you begin to release them one by one. You breathe out and see the dark cloud rise gently from your body, float into the air and dissolve into warm light. You don't have to push, just allow. Breathe again, release again. Let the light do the work. This is how you detox the soul. This is how you prevent today's shadow from becoming tomorrow's burden. This is how you say to life, I trust you enough to let go. Forgiveness doesn't always come in a dramatic moment. Sometimes it arrives quietly, like a soft sigh at the end of a long day. Sometimes it doesn't feel like a decision. It feels like a loosening, a softening, a gentle unclenching of something you didn't even know you were holding. That's why these evening hours are so sacred. They're not about achievement. They're about surrender. Surrendering the illusion that you have to carry it all. Surrendering the need to replay it again. Surrendering the urge to analyze, rehash, punish, regret. You've done enough for today. It's okay to let the past fall asleep before you do. Tonight, I want you to say, I am not what happened today. I am more than my thoughts. I am more than my mistakes. Feel how freeing that is. You are not frozen in one version of yourself. You are allowed to evolve. Every time you let go of a burden, you come home to your true self. Every time you release judgment, you make room for healing. Every time you forgive, even just a little, your nervous system calms, your breath deepens, your dreams become lighter. And here's something important I want you to remember. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. Releasing is about your peace, not their permission. You are the one who gets to rest when you say, this no longer belongs to me. You are the one who gets to heal when you say, I choose to love myself more than I need to be right. You don't need an apology to forgive. You don't need understanding to let go. You don't even need full closure. All you need is willingness. And maybe just a little bit of faith. Faith that life knows how to handle what you no longer have to carry. Let me tell you something I learned. The pain we don't release becomes the weight we carry, but the pain we forgive becomes the wisdom we walk with. You are not burying anything by letting go. You are transmuting it. You are transforming it into light. And that's why I invite you to do this each night. Just a few minutes, just a few breaths, just a few kind words, and you will wake up different, softer, clearer, more free. Now, gently, if it feels good to you, say these words once more. You can whisper them or just let your heart repeat them quietly. I forgive myself. I let go of what no longer belongs to me. I am free to rest. I am safe to release. I am ready to be light. Yes, you are. You are ready to be light. You are ready to rise without resentment. You are ready to sleep without shadows. You are ready to say, this day is complete. This story is closed. This pain is released. And in that moment, my dear, you reclaim your power, not by force, but by grace, not by effort, but by love. As you drift now, let the final thoughts in your mind be healing ones. Let your body settle into the softness of peace. Let the dreams that come find you be unburdened by the past. And let your beautiful heart be held by the simple truth: you are always allowed to begin again. Finally, the last and perhaps most sacred habit of your evening is this gentle act of self-blessing, a soft return to the body that has carried you through the day, not to fix anything, not to judge anything, but to thank. To remember that your body is not a problem to solve, but a miracle to honor. So now, as you lay back and let the surface beneath you carry your weight, as the busyness of the day slowly fades into quiet, I want you to bring your awareness to the one companion that has never left you, your body. Gently place your hand over your heart, and if it feels right, the other hand on your belly. There's nothing to do, nothing to get right. Simply be here and softly say, either out loud or in your heart, thank you, my body. Thank you for keeping me safe today. Pause for a moment and feel those words settle into your chest. Because even if you didn't notice, your body showed up for you all day long. It breathed while you worried. It carried you while you were distracted. It processed food, emotions, stress, and sunlight even when you were impatient or unkind to it. And now, in the stillness of this night, it asks only for your presence. So close your eyes and imagine this with me. A golden light, warm, soft, radiant, begins to pour from above your head like honey made of sunlight. This light gently touches the crown of your head and begins to melt downward, brushing over your forehead, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, smoothing out the tension in your jaw, dissolving anything heavy you've been holding in your mind. The light continues down your neck, releasing the weight you didn't realize you were still carrying. Over your shoulders, it moves like a soft wave, melting tension and calming your nervous system. As it flows into your chest, you may feel your breath slow, your heartbeat steady, your ribs expand with relief. The golden light wraps around your heart like a loving hand, sending it one simple message: you are safe, you can rest. And your heart, so faithful and strong, responds with a quiet yes. That light continues into your belly, easing away the knots of the day, blessing your digestive system, healing the places that held anxiety. It flows down your arms to your fingertips, through your hips and thighs, into your knees and calves, and finally reaches your ankles, your heels, and your toes, every cell soaking in peace, every tissue bathed in light, every breath now a lullaby. You are not forcing anything to happen. You are allowing the natural rhythm of healing to return. And now, as you lie here wrapped in this light, I want you to speak to your body with reverence, as if it were a beloved child, a sacred friend, a holy creation. Say, you can rest now. You've done enough. You don't need to hold it all anymore. I bless you. These words are not decoration. They are medicine. They are the language your nervous system understands, the words your cells have been waiting for. They unlock something deeper than sleep. They open the gates to repair, to renewal, to forgiveness. And now, with your awareness, bring a blessing to every part of you. Thank you, feet, for carrying me through today. Thank you, legs, for supporting me even when I was tired. Thank you, belly, for processing all I've consumed physically and emotionally. Thank you, hands, for creating, holding, cleaning, comforting. Thank you, back, for bearing my burdens. Thank you, heart, for staying open even when it hurt. Thank you, lungs, for every silent breath that kept me alive. Thank you, skin, for protecting me. Thank you, mind, for trying to make sense of things. Thank you, entire body, for doing your best, even when I wasn't paying attention. And now say, I bless you. I bless you with peace. I bless you with love. I bless you with deep rest and soft healing. You see, my dear, your body is not your enemy. It's not broken. It's not failing you. It is a messenger, a vessel, a partner. It has only ever asked for one thing: to be loved. And when you begin to treat your body like a temple, it responds with loyalty, with energy, with grace. You don't have to understand every pain to bless it. You don't have to fix everything before you sleep. You only have to speak with kindness. Because the energy of kindness, especially when directed inward, begins to melt what no pill can reach. So let's bless the unseen now, the parts of you that are quietly working behind the scenes. The bone marrow, the red blood cells, the hormones trying to find their rhythm, the tears you didn't let fall, the organs holding grief, the spine standing tall through disappointment, the nerves buzzing beneath emotion. Say, I see you. I honor you. I am here with you. And now let your breath carry those blessings through your body like a gentle current. You're not doing this alone. Life is moving with you. The divine is within you. And every inhale brings you back to safety. Every exhale releases something old. Every beat of your heart whispers, I want to keep you here. Tonight, my love, you are not here to fight. You are here to rest. You are not here to judge. You are here to remember that your body is not a battlefield. It is your birthplace, your first home, your oldest companion. It's where you experience love. It's where you feel the sun. It's the only place you've ever truly lived. So let tonight be the night you return, not with shame, not with frustration, but with tenderness. Let this be the night you whisper to every cell, you are enough, you are loved, you can let go. And as you slowly drift toward sleep, let the golden light wrap around you fully, now above and below, inside and around, like a womb of peace. like a mother's embrace, like the deepest yes you've ever known. And may this final thought carry you into the healing night. My body is not just mine, it is a gift from life itself, and I receive it with love. Rest now, my dear. You are safe. You are whole. You are home. Now, as your body begins to rest, as your heart softens and the world grows quiet around you, we arrive at the final moment, the ritual of peace. And it doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be complicated. It only has to be sincere. Right now, I invite you to gently turn inward and bring to mind 3 things you are grateful for today. Don't rush. Don't try to make them sound impressive. Just let them come. Something you felt, something you heard, someone who smiled at you, a small victory, a quiet moment. Write them down if you can in your journal, on a sticky note by your bed, or even just whispered softly into the silence of the room. This moment of gratitude is not just a feel-good exercise. It is a signal to the universe that says, I noticed, I received, I am thankful. And the more we affirm our blessings, the more blessings are drawn to us. Gratitude is the doorway to miracles, and you just opened it. Now, before you close your eyes, I want you to try something beautiful. When you're ready to turn off the light, I invite you to say these words aloud, softly, lovingly, like a lullaby to yourself. Good night, my heart. Sleep well, my love. Let that phrase wrap around you like a blanket. Let it be the final word you hear before sleep. Speak to yourself the way a mother would speak to her beloved child. You deserve that kind of tenderness. You deserve to end your day with love, not stress, with peace, not pressure. And now, set your intention for the night, a simple, healing declaration that tells your mind and body what to do while you sleep. Say this with me now, and feel each word as a seed planted deep in your subconscious. I am being healed as I sleep. Again, softer this time. I am being healed as I sleep. And once more, with full trust, I am being healed as I sleep. You see, sleep is not a pause in life. It is a sacred healing chamber, a reset, a spiritual surgery, a silent miracle. While you rest, your cells renew, your mind reorders, your soul rises into alignment. You do not need to control it, you only need to allow it. So let the last intention you place in your heart tonight be this. I will wake up in love and light. I will wake up with peace in my soul. I will wake up open, ready, joyful. When you end the day in peace, you begin the next day in power. And what a beautiful truth that is. So now we come to the final thought, the gentle closing of this beautiful practice. I want you to know something very important. The way you end your day is the way you train your life to begin again. That's why this moment matters. That's why these rituals, as small as they may seem, are actually powerful acts of self-return. Your bedtime routine is not just about winding down. It's about reminding yourself who you truly are. Not the roles you played, not the mistakes you made, not the pressures you carried, but the real you, the eternal, radiant, peaceful you. And all 5 of these evening practices we've shared, they are not tasks to complete. They are invitations to come home. So if you do them with love, not with obligation, not with perfection, but with softness, with devotion, with the same care you'd offer someone you cherish, because you are that someone. These habits don't change you into someone else. They return you to who you already are, beneath the noise, beneath the exhaustion, beneath the worries. They help you remember your essence, and that remembering is the real healing. Let me leave you with a few simple affirmations, words you can carry with you into sleep and into morning. Let them become the rhythm of your heart. Say them gently, say them slowly, say them with trust. I begin my day with gratitude. I end my day with peace. Life loves me, and I love life. Once again, my love, breathe in those words. I begin my day with gratitude. I end my day with peace. Life loves me, and I love life. Say them until you believe them. Say them until they become your reality, because they already are. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. You are loved. You are healing. You are home. And as this day gently fades into night, I bless you. I bless your heart, your body, your dreams. I bless the healing that is already taking place within you. I bless your sleep, your breath, your becoming. And I bless the new day that is already forming for you, one filled with light, ease, miracles, and joy. Sleep well, my dear. You are deeply, unconditionally loved.